Hi, I'm hoping this is working. We had a slight technical hitch with the laptop. Oh, pictures just popped up. I forgot that we'd changed our router, so I had to put another code in. Oh dear, my brain's a bit addled. As you can probably guess, I've got a bit of a cold. It is just a cold, but of course, as soon as I get a cold, the weather starts getting lovely and warm. And you want to be outside when actually all I want to do is crawl into bed. But I'm not. I'm here and I'm going to share some of the next best thing, which is some crafting. I will be... Oh, I can see somebody's watching me. Ha! Hello. Don't forget to say hello if you see me up here. Oh, what was I saying? Oh dear, I'm so forgetful. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Pat. Yay! Yes, what am I doing here? Okay, today I'm going to be here and I'm going to share with you a project, well, a couple of projects using one of the Sale-A-Bration stamp sets. Now, if you're new here, my name's Cary and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United Kingdom. I have been crafting, well, some of my earliest memories are making things and making flour and water paste with my nan in the kitchen. And I've been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! For 12 years. I love to craft. I think crafting is the best thing since sliced bread. I've completely lost my thread now. I do apologise. Oh, maybe I should have given today a miss. But no, I'm here. I'm going to continue with it because this is doing these Facebook Lives is my challenge to myself. I'm not very comfortable doing them. And sometimes you just need to get out your box, don't you? Well, this is out of my box. So... what was I saying? Yes, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 12 years. I've crafted all my life. My name's Cary, and I'm one half of Two Big Girls Crafting. And I've got a family. And if you follow our page, Two Big Girls Crafting page, you'll have seen last week. You saw my gorgeous grandson, who I absolutely adore, and he's my only grandchild, so I can say that. So, I think I best just get onto the crafting because I'm really not with it. So, here we go. Anyway, I hope I don't make you sick when I move you around. Let's see how we can do this. Oh, there we go. Let me just get the framework working properly. Plug in so I don't lose you through lack of power. I forgot to put the overhead light on. I'm hoping the light's going to be good enough. Okay, there we go. Right, as you can see, we're going to go a bit colourful today. And the stamp set we're going to be using is called Textures and Frames. It's a photopolymer stamp set. As you can see through them. And there's no sentiments, there's just these images. I love them. I love making my own backgrounds. I love using graphic design-y type things. And I was inspired by a card created by Dina Rico, who is a fellow demonstrator over in America. Many of you have probably heard of her. She's quite a big deal. And she's a very nice lady. And this is the card that it's my take on the card that she created. I love this colour combo. I love bright colours. I love rainbows and things like that. And the colours I'm using are Coastal Cabana, Mango Melody, Magenta Madness, and Fresh Freesia, as well as black. So I'm going to put these back up here because I am going to be using those. So I've made 4 samples to share with you because they are super quick and I think they are lovely and clean and crisp and bright and bold and cheerful. So this is my first one. All of my cards will have the same sentiment on them today. Now this stamp set is a bit special because you can't buy it. You have to earn it, and you earn it by placing an order for £45, not including postage and packing. So I worked out, with the help of my able assistant Andrea, that if you spend just shy of £50, you can have these ink pads. I'll put those there. A Memento Black, and either one of two sentiment stamp sets. This is the first one, it's called Biggest Wish, or this one called Create with Friends, both of which are fab. You could have one of these with these ink pads and receive this stamp set for free. Now, if you are here in the UK, we would love to be your demonstrators, and you can order through our online shop, the links to which are in the Facebook page or our blog page, or you can look us up by name. I'm Cary Buckham or Jill Moore. So they're the cards I'm going to make. I rather like the splishy splashes. I love these colours. So let's set to, shall we? Let's get on with the important stuff. Let's make a card. Well, to make a card, first of all, you need some card bases. So I like my card bases made out of thick white cardstock. And I'm going to cut 4 of them. So I'm going to do 2 at a time. This is an A4 piece of card, and I'm scoring it at 14.85, taking it back out and placing it back in my trimmer. And I'm going to cut it at 10.5 centimetres, and that will give me 2 card bases. Well, I got 4 designs to share, so let's make 4 card bases. 14.85 and score. Take it out, rotate it, and cut it portrait at 10.5 centimetres. Then we can put away our trimmer. Now, as I say every week, one of the best pieces of kit you can ever have, a bone folder. When you come to folding your score lines, remember the fibres in the card have already been, what do I want to call it? Stretched in one direction. So we're going to stretch them in the opposite direction. So as you score, it goes into a valley. So now we're going to pop it up to become a mountain. So the fibres are nice and pliable, but strong. So nice score lines on both sides. Scored. Fold. And burnish. I'm burnishing with my bone folder because it makes your cards look very much more professional, in my opinion. So, we got anybody there? Hi, Jan. Hi, Kathy. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I love the stamp set. I have to say, they're all good. There we go. And there we go. So, card base is made. What's next? Well, next we're going to start with this card. So I'm going to open up my ink pads in the order that I'm going to work from. Now, for some strange reason, I do this back to front. I'm not left-handed, but I always put these round the opposite way. If I was right-handed, I should be going left to right, but for some reason I'm going right to left. Surprised I even know my left and right. But hello, here we go. Okay, so we're going to start off. When you peel off now don't be discouraged. When you get your stamps, your photopolymer stamps, and you've inked them up, they discolour, particularly with reds and pinks. Don't worry. Once you've cleaned it, it will be fine. So, knobbly side down, flat side up, give it a second to rest, onto our block. So, I'm going to tap, tap, tap and put my ink pad down. And I use my grid paper to line up so I know that I'm going to be reasonably straight. Oh, I do apologise. My nose is beginning to run now. Oh, how annoying. All this beautiful sunshine and I've got a cold. Now, one thing you do have to remember is between each inking, because we're changing ink colours, we need to clean our stamp. So we've gone Coastal Cabana, which is turquoise. Then we're going to have a touch of Mango Melody. I'm going to clean that off. Now, do you like bright colours, or are you a rich regals, or a neutrals girl, boy? Or what other colour combos can we think of? Autumny colours. Some people like autumn colours, like rich browns and the rich reds and golds that we'll be experiencing here soon in the UK. I know in certain parts of the world it's not that time of year. So I know in Oz and New Zealand they will be heading towards spring now, which I wish we were, but we're not, so I'm not going to moan. So that's my circles laid out, and I'm going to take the ring. Now this kind of reminds me of, you know, when you put a coffee cup down and you get a ring onto a wooden, nice wooden surface. So I've inked it up. I'm going to slightly offset it. I don't mind if it goes over the colour next to it, because I quite like things like that. 1, 2, 3, up. And there's a lot of stamp cleaning in this little set we're about to do. My grid paper's starting to look quite nice too. I'm going to go there. Clean. Now, I don't normally do this straight down onto the pad, and I don't recommend it. But there are always rules to be broken. And today I'm breaking those rules. So let's go here. That is the basis of my card. Now, I'm going to do all my sentiments at the end. So, card number 1, finished. Well, not finished, but on its way. Now, let's have a look at number 2. Okay, so we don't want the circles this time. We want... Oh, that didn't clean very well. I'll do that afterwards. We want the stripies. Now, these are not solid images. Can you see... They will come out in different depths of colours and textures, which I think is fab. Now, this is also a side opening version. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to have to find... Where's my tissues gone? They've all... Oh, there they are. So, hi Cary. Thank you. And thank you for joining us all the way from Australia. What's your weather like today? Or is it night time where you are? I'm a bit confuzzled, so... Okay, let's start this off again. Let's go. We're going to stamp our first line. We're going to go slightly off. And we're going to clean in between again, as I say. But this time, I'm going to go around the other way. I'm going to go one that way and that way, just to give it a bit more oomph. I could do singles, it really doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. You could change the colours up for your favourite kind of colours. Oh, hello Mary Ellen. 61 degrees. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's about 17 centigrade, isn't it? Something like that here in the UK. But that sounds mighty chilly to me. Unless the... Whew, I know where I am in the UK today, it is... when I was out in the car earlier, it was 30 degrees Celsius. So that was pretty warm. So hang on, let's get recap on this card. So we are recreating this card, and in the time I've been talking about the weather, I have stamped that one. Hi Fiona, she's in the West Country here in the UK. Apologies. 16 degrees. Very cool. Okay, card number 4 on my quick cards. We're going to go for rectangles. Same principle as the circle card. We're going to stamp the solid image first and then go over with our frame, as the title of the book, the title of the stamp suggests. They are called textures and frames. So stamp, 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 inky, 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 and get this line. I'm going to go slightly off the page again there. Must be careful, I got a bit of black on me. I don't really want that on my nice clean white card base. So we've gone, let's have some Mango Melody, and there. Oh, and Magenta Madness. Oh, if you can hear that in the background, that's my partner getting hold of my son to tell him that we have to go out to the chiropractor shortly. So, oh, I quite like it, just like that. Oh, that looks really smart. Do you like that? Oh, yeah. Should I carry on or should I leave it like that? What do we think? I could build a brick wall, couldn't I? That would really look super cool. That's another idea for another day. I'll have to play with that. Because, yeah, I really like that. Do you ever do that? Do you ever start off with a plan in your head and then everything changes as soon as you put ink to the stamp? Okay, let's go for it. We're going to recreate what we made before. So we are going to go with our frame in the same colour. And then we're going to have an orange one that's going to slightly come over just because I can. Because that's the wonderful thing about stamping. You can do it. Nice, bright. Sorry. You said leave it. Andrea says leave it. And Pat. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't leave it. I've changed it. There. That's that one finished. Slightly different, but not lots. But I still think it's a super cool design. And I might have a go with the other one I had in my head later and post it and see how it turns out. Now for this one. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Julie. Still perfect, she says. Okay. Final card. Okay, I love this. I love splashes and splodges, not splodges, which is a new word I seem to have just invented. But it does cover everything. And for this one, I'm going to turn my card so it's a landscape orientation. And I'm just going to tap and slightly come and rotate my stamp every other impression. Only because I want to try and get it in a line, but not too perfectly. Does that make sense? In a line, but not too perfectly. Because if I go for perfection, I end up making a mess. And then I have to try and try again. But if I don't, it was the right way every time. Okay, into the orange. I'm going to kind of go up to the edge of the splashes that were there. So we have some overlay, but not too much. I wanted to, although it's a splodge and it's a splatter or whatever we like to call it, excuse me, I like the white space. Ooh, let's get the ink off of that. Here we go with the lovely magenta. Now, do you like magenta? I think it's a bit one of those, as we call it here in the UK, a Marmite colour. You either love it or you hate it. I love it. It's bright and bold and sassy and full on. I'd like to say that was me, but I'm not entirely convinced that I am any of those things. Alright. Here we go. Oh, get that one in there. And our final one there. Okay, so as you can see, they're not identical, but that's good as far as I'm concerned, because that means, oh, must take the ink off of that stamp before I put my fingers all over it. Might be a good idea to actually give my hands a little wipe before I get on to the next bit. Now, put those away. Let's find our cards that we've made so far. Now we're going to put some sentiments on these. I'm going to be using this stamp set. Now the nice thing about this Biggest Wishes stamp set is it has the bold type and it has script. And a very trendy thing to do at the moment is to stamp the bold in a paler colour and then the script on top in a bright colour. So let's have a go at that, shall we? Oh, what have we got here? They've all stuck together, look at that. A nice silly. Okay, so we have got friend, we have got hello, we have got hello, and we have got friend. Okay, let's start by, shall we go for, we're going to change the colours up. We're going to go for hello in this beautiful bright orange called Mango Melody, and I'm just going to pop that down there. 1, 2, 3. Let the paper soak it up. And I'm now going to clean my stamp. And I'm going to break out my basic, I call it my basic black. It's not basic black, it's Tuxedo Black by Memento. I use this all the time because it's suitable for use with alcohol markers, which I love colouring in with. So, I've got my stamp, I've inked it up with my black, and I'm just going to 1, 2, 3 stamp over the top. Hello friend, I like that. Okay, let's clean this stamp up, and we're going to go for this one now. So what colour shall I choose now? Oh, let's put the stamp down first and get it to adhere. Let's go Magenta Madness, because I can, because I's in charge. Line up your work so that it stands a chance of being straight. 1, 2, 3. The reason I do 1, 2, 3 is to allow the ink time to be absorbed into the cardstock. I think it's a good way of making sure that your projects are really the best that they can be. Hello, friend. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Card 2. We're rocking and rolling through this lot now. 2 more to go. Okay. Alright, let's change that up. And let's have the friend as our big bold text. And we've done, let's go for a coastal cabana. And we're going to line this edge up so that we get a chance of going straight. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3 down. I think that's a little bit wonky. Oh well, it is. But you know what? If that's the worst thing that happens to me today, it's been a good day. And I'm not that precious. So I've done my bold sentiment first in the colour. Now I'm going to do my scriptive friend. No, not friend at all. Hello. In the black. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like that. Let's clean that stamp. Right, let's get this last one done first. So we've got our bold sentiment out first. And we're going to use fresh freesia because then we can say we've used them all again. Now, as I said before, if you're just starting out, this is quite a good set to get because there's lots of sentiments that you're going to see you through, lots of occasions. And the final part, and I think this textures and frames will work brilliantly for so many projects. You won't regret choosing it as your free choice. Okay, now because it's very warm here in the UK, I'm not leaving my ink pads open any longer. Look how messy I am. I don't know why I try to work with white because I am a really messy muppet. Anyway, enough of that. You'll see how messy I am in one moment when I close the lid on that ink pad and I bring my hands into view again. Look at that. And I've only been sitting here crafting with you for what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So that, my lovelies, is that. I have a nice pattern on my grid paper where I have squidged off my stamps. Excuse me for a moment, please. But I have achieved 4 very graphic cards. And I've changed the orientation of one of them too. Oh, what do we all think of those? Hello, Becky. Tipton. I'm very bad at pronunciation, so I'm just going to say Becky. Hello. Okay, right. Well, that's my super simples, bright, bold. I think they're quite graphic cards. Single layer. There's no layers on these cards. They're easy to reproduce. You could make lots of them in one go. And they're fun. They're fun to make. They'd be fun to receive. Who wouldn't be happy to have that card pop through your door with a note inside from a friend? Yeah, it would just make your day, wouldn't it? I mean, phone calls are great and message texts and all the rest of it, but there's nothing quite like receiving a handmade card through the post, even if it just says, "Hi, thinking of you." Love it. Right. Well, that's it from me this week. I'll be back next week, hopefully without the sniffles and not quite as warm as I am at this moment. I think I need some more paracetamol. So, on that note, have a nice afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are, and take care and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.